Hello gentlemen, welcome to this brand new video, new in all ways of the word, the true sense of the word, as I haven't done reviews until now. It's gonna be a review of the Simagic FX Pro Formula wheel. So it's obviously this wheel that you see over here. My intention with this review is to be super detailed when it comes to how I feel with it, how I feel about it, what's good, what's bad, and it's not really super technical. Obviously there are many reviews out there, but I really want you to understand how I feel and how is the value for the money I spent. Coming from a guy that had only CSLDD and Logitech G923 and CSLDD with McLaren GT3 V2. So maybe that helps you understand that I had not much experience regarding this sort of equipment that is high-end and super expensive. Obviously it's expensive for everyone, but when it comes to what this offers, you will see what my opinion is. I do think, just to say shortly, for this amount of stuff that this wheel does, it's super worth the money if you check the market. Obviously, if it was, to be frank, we all would want to spend half of it or even less of what we spend for this sort of equipment, but at the current market and previous years of on the same market of sim racing, this is really a very interesting wheel, even though I don't have many comparisons from personal experience to do. However, I do watch most reviews, so I was informed before I bought it really thoroughly. I went through all forums and stuff, so yeah. This is the box that it comes with. Hopefully I'm not gonna leak my own name, otherwise I will get stalkers with this video that has 50,000 billion views. Kappa. Just joking, guys. So just beautiful box. As soon as you see it, you realize the size. Nothing much to say about the box. Simple box. Serial numbers. If I would see it in the store, it would definitely be attractive. And yeah, let's open it. There's nothing much inside, just the wheel, hopefully. And let me show you. You have this cool little protection on top. It comes exactly as you see it, and it would go right here, and it's pretty cool. It's actually a pretty cool thing. This obviously is gonna be the bag of protection that comes with it. Inside there's nothing much that you will really need, because the QR release thing is attached already. There's nothing to mount, nothing. There are stickers here that I obviously mixed with the other stuff, as I do have Alpha Ultimate and obviously the pedals as well. So most of this stuff is pretty much the same. You do get most of these with any that you buy. I already attached some. I already put some stickers on this chair here, so I won't be able to show you, but most are really awesome stickers. I really think they do put enough stickers as well, so they don't go cheap with that. I really like it. Now there's nothing to see here. I just removed the, this is where the QR would sit, and the wheel would be facing up. And now let me see what else it was coming with it. Oh yeah, I forgot about this box actually. So inside there's another little box I am telling you, there's legit not much. And obviously this is a sign of good, because it means you barely just plug in and start and go at it and go drive. Everything is online, you can download all online, but this could help you. Can you focus, please, camera? My camera is just a webcam. However, it's not really important to see. You have factory reset, important info, all this stuff you can find in online. But it does help you with initial connection. I think I had to check this out because it wasn't starting properly with the update. And I think this helped me with the initial setup. It's pretty useful. These are more stickers. For sure, these come with the FX Pro. Some of those that I showed you might have came with the other equipment that I have. So this is the box. Again, nothing complex. I also have the sticker, the stickers that you can attach to the wheel buttons and LED, the ones with LEDs. Let me show it to you. Okay, so I found it. This is gonna come with the, okay, the focus doesn't work. However, it's not hard to see. I haven't tried, honestly. I am undecided. I will talk about it later in the video as well. But basically, I'm so undecided. It's so hard, and there's so many cool things here. And I feel like if I assign to this key, I don't know, lights, I feel like tomorrow I betrayed one of these cool icons that you get. And I feel like, hey, maybe I should have used this. However, I did pick one up. I don't remember which one. I think I picked one that I didn't care about, like a letter that I would probably not use any letter here. I would probably use the icons or the plus and stuff, minus stuff. I think I picked one letter and I tried to glue it, but I didn't have it, not have any tool to like glue it, and it didn't stay immediately there. But I gotta tell you, I just did it like I would do it now. I didn't clean this and I didn't pick it up correctly. I just picked it up with my greasy, fat, chicken eating fingers and I put it there. So maybe that was the issue. So yeah, this goes with it. Honestly, I have also this, but I think this doesn't come with the this doesn't come with Simagic, I think. So if it comes, please let me know in the comments if you got this with the wheel, or you know, please let me know. I don't know where I got this from. There is a chance it comes with Simagic. If not, it comes with this button box, which is a high chance from Ignition Controls. However, this I will use it for the button box. I would never use this for this. Obviously, where would I put it? So yeah, high chance this is not from Simagic. Keep that in mind. Okay, with that being said, let's go to the next part of this review. Oh, one thing, look, very interesting. You do get the tool. You get the tool, and I did not notice until now. See? If I didn't do my unboxing review, I wouldn't see my own review and I wouldn't know I have this tool. Interesting. Think about. But yeah, this would be perfect. This is what you need to use. Do not use your fingers because, yeah, if you eat chicken wings like I do, you get greasy. So yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Simagic. Okay, guys. So regarding the materials, let me get a bit closer right here. Regarding the materials, also, let me check this focus so you can see it a bit better. It's tricky because I don't have an ultra performant camera. However, I'll leave it like this with less brightness to focus for first on the lights and the LEDs and the dash, and then we'll go higher ISO exposure to show you the materials around. So what I can tell you is I really wanted this wheel. This is the first ultra, like, let's say ultra quality, you could consider it high-end materials, I think. I do not have other wheels at the moment to compare it to. I did see a few of them in like markets, you know, around supermarkets, but that's not the point. What I want to focus on is, so I basically own the McLaren GT3 from Fanatec, and that was the only thing I owned personally before this, and so I'm gonna compare it more or less to that, because I'm coming from a lower end budget to this that you could consider medium high. I would say it's very pricey, right? Still, for the price of this, you don't find a dash, or you're always gonna miss something. If you're gonna want a wheel that does what this wheel does, you probably would have to go higher from what I've seen. I don't want to open now pages with all the wheels. Most of you will probably be informed, and you probably can do your research with all the material, all the informations and Reddit posts and all the great videos you find, boosted media or race. Wait, I actually can nominate a few. Carl Gosling has amazing videos. Race Beyond Matter. Obviously, you know, I already mentioned boosted media, but there's many more. I don't want to skip anyone. There's many more great guys that have very, very great feedback, and they help me a lot as well. But what my focus here is, I want you to understand how you would feel about this wheel if you were to purchase it today. I'm sorry for my English, it's not my main language. I'm doing my best trying to be as more explicit and give as much information that maybe others didn't touch. So let's start with the overall feel. Like, the first time I unboxed this, coming from the GT3 McLaren Fanatec, it felt like I bought some jewel. I really felt like I purchased something that I will not regret spending money on. I was actually afraid to buy because I'm Romanian, and in Romania it's not that you don't find this stuff in shops, so you have to like trust some websites. In Europe, I bought mine from SimHub Europe, and they're recommended on Simagic, the official site. I heard you can also buy from directly from Simagic store. But again, in the recommended section of the resellers, you can find these informations on Simagic. And I imagine all the Assetec, all these online big stores, if they're based in EU or US, they do have resellers in various countries. So I would definitely recommend to go for that if you never purchased, because it's not easy to spend so much. I got this for €879, I think, without shipping, but I bought more stuff, and I will plan to do reviews of all these. You don't see much, but again, I will go in higher details if I can make a video for each. So if you just buy this, the shipping is about $30 for sure. I don't know, they do have various sites have various ways to like get free shipping, but obviously you will need to either spend more or whatever. You can check it out. So let's go first for let's continue with what I was saying. So I opened the box. I will show you what I had extra in the box, or you probably already seen it. I'm not sure how I will do it in the video. However, the impression was that I really purchased a jewel, and I know that this item would stay quality for a long time. Why am I saying this? Because I instantly felt like all materials are superb, well done. Let me go actually now with more light. Let's go 400 here. Okay, so you can see a bit better. So let's start with the buttons. The buttons, I see many reviews. Let me see if you can hear the sound. I don't know if you hear those. So many do reviews about the buttons, how they feel, how they sound. This sound, I'm pretty sure you can find it like better. My microphone is basically this. So keep in mind that the quality could be altered and could find better on the internet if you really care about that. And I do care about that myself. The buttons feel super quality, like it's clicking and it feels solid. Like when I press it, even when I have the gloves, there's no problem. Like I actually feel the button. I think they did a great job with the bevels. Bevels is the word. You know what I mean? It's like around this, there's like a hole, and these buttons are not like super, like they're not fixed in a spot. They're like kind of flexible, and they do have the space around it, so they don't touch the sides. And if you press it, it just does a great job on just. It feels like you always press the center of it, if it makes any sense. Like I'm pressing the side, and I'm pressing the middle, and it's the same thing. You don't feel like, hey, I pressed here, and there's like, you know, that joystick feel when your finger just feels weird. So that's the button side. I didn't put any of the stickers yet because I'm always undecided. I always like double think. I almost put a few of them. I just always overthink, and I'm like, before I glue it, I'm like, no, this shouldn't be the highlights and whatever. Eventually I will get courage and pick up the courage and do it. It doesn't even matter because, you know, at the end I like seeing the lights. However, they do create a nice effect on the, like, even if you have those, because some of them have like those designs, those design gaps, so you can see the light through. Whatever, you know how it is. It's whatever. I'll decide at some point. Also, around the buttons, I will show you more close in the video. There's a ring, a black ring, a dark ring around the edge of the LED. You probably can notice it a bit from there. If not, I will zoom in. And here you can, it really does an extra, it looks really good. I don't know, you know, when you're, it depends by the angle. Like the angle, yeah, I think if it was not, if this ring wasn't there, this detail, I think you would see more the hot spot. There is a hot spot, as you can notice. And if you turn around like this, it just does a nice effect, that black ring around. I don't know why they did it, honestly. It was just a great design choice. It gives depth. Obviously in the camera you see it more, so these hotspots are also because of my exposure. If I would go like this, you would see it more or less. I'm not sure, probably less like this, you'll see it less, but yeah, you got the idea. Let's stay on 400 ISO for now, exposure. I'm sorry I'm playing with this, I just don't have a better camera. I use a Razer camera, so it is what it is. These rotors, I think rotors they're called or something. You see what I'm doing? Excuse my English. These are really quality as well. I have no problem in deciding, hey, I want to do twice, or I want to do 3 times low, or I want to do 1 up, 2 low. You know, I can instantly decide, and there's no risk on not being able to do so. With the gloves, feels the same. This is the same exact way. So there's that. I can also reach it really well while driving. Like if I'm like this, it's no problem. This is also same exact thing. Really good. The handles here, they're made of silicone, I think. I don't know if full silicone with rubber, I don't know. Those informations, again, you can find them on the site and so on. I don't think this would give you any more than you know. Talking about this sort of stuff, I'm not really technical that way, but the feel of this, it's amazing. I've seen some reviews, like the guys that I showed you, that I shouted out earlier, they do show you this flex. There is a flex if you like do this on the bottom, and it's true. This is true. It does. There is a flex, but you legit never feel it while you drive. Why? Because all your pressure will be here and here, so you rarely would need to, like, you would have to drive like this to feel it, and even then it's really hard. It's just impossible almost. The size is perfect. I feel like wider or more narrow could bring some, let's say, better or worse reviews. Obviously, this seems to be what most people like as a size. I think it's 29. Don't quote me on that, how much, but I think it's 29. I know there's way higher than this. For example, the AMG one that Cube Controls did, that looks insane. That I really like how that looks. But I do understand that being much wider, like 2 centimeters at least, I do think it could become a bit weird. It could, I don't know. However, that wouldn't be important. I just like how that looks. And this shouldn't really be, I don't think you should let yourself too affected by those reviews. That's really personal. And I think it's also a matter of getting used to. I don't think it's an issue. So, the lights. Let's talk about lights. The lights, these LEDs right here look absolutely clean. Like, these here are top quality. It's so good. It's, I don't know if you can do it any better. It's top quality. It's, let me open the software and change the colors. Every color, you're like, every time I change these colors, I want to like change it 10 minutes later, because I feel like I'm doing something unfair to the other color. You know, it makes sense. I feel like, oh my god, this color is so good, and then I switch and I like the other one more or less, and I do think, hey, for a second I'm like, oh no, I feel like I'm betraying that other color. I liked it a lot, and then I changed that and I'm like, oh, this one looks amazing too. Oh no. And I'm always in like a riddle which one to use. My point is, here I made Italy color, for example. You can do presets. I'll talk about the software later, but let's choose this because it has all colors. 5 colors here. Every color here looks sharp. The text with the black, it just looks really readable and great. Also, there's no hotspot. I think the hotspot, if there was some, and this might be the reason why it looks that good, is under the button, I think. So the actual light LED is under the button. So I think that's the reason why you don't see it, and yeah, it just looks super sharp. And again, the same ring I was telling you about here on this button, it's also here. You can see it better here, right? But it's also around the button. You'll see it if I close up. So the buttons are really, really amazing. Like also this little button, this has way up, left, down, right, and you can also rotate it. You can also rotate it and press it. I didn't set this much on. I always forget about it. Honestly, I didn't set on anything in the games I play because I have also this button box that at some point maybe I'll review. So this saves me a lot. I have switches here. Let's go back to higher ISO. So I have switches here. I tend to like leave this as free as possible. So when I have something that I really need, I know this is open, whatever. Map obviously is taken. These all are taken, but these are just feedback, force feedback, one of them, and whatever. This one is not used, the rotation input. I should get used to it. But yeah, as a button quality is great. You don't really reach it, so that's one thing I could mention. However, it makes sense. Maybe if they would put it here or here, it would be great. But maybe two of them here would have been amazing. But honestly, for the price, it's just insanely good. However, this is just an extra. This is hard to reach. So let's say if you play ACC or whatever, and you are trying to change, you know, you have. Oh, just like Le Mans Ultimate. Let me show you because the video is playing. So if you want to switch this and you would, let's say you would want to rotate and change pit settings, you wouldn't be able to do this unless you would do this with like not while driving. So you would hold with one hand and do it with the other. So keep in mind that. These are the lights. The lights in the center, the lights on the sides, I think they could be better. They would deserve more love. These can be changed. We'll talk about software on the side. But what I want to tell you is that you will notice hotspots, and there are some weird, like you can see that when it was done, and probably because of the heat, you can notice like there's a line. I will try to close up again and see if you can see it. But there is like you can see around it. It's like glue went around inside or something, because it was really hot. It created some I don't even know, some taints. I would say you can see some taints in there, and the hotspot becomes really visible as well. And also while you film, if you are streaming, you'll notice it more. So my camera is not a DSLR. If I do this, I'm actually cheating right now. Like if I would go brighter, it would look like all the same, but no. If this more or less looks realistic on 100 ISO here. But there is hotspot on these lights. I think they could have done a better job. I'm not sure. I think it's mostly because of this plastic that was used outside on the button more than the actual light. But I'm trying to think maybe the light inside is not the best. I just tend to think it's more because of this transparent external white glass or plastic glass and plexiglass. I'm not even sure what the material is. That however should explain it. The greatest thing about this wheel is just the materials. The materials are great. Everything feels so quality. This sound just I feel like I'm touching super high quality stuff. Actually, I don't know. Again, I haven't had other wheels than the GT3 McLaren, but I did touch a couple others in store. However, I don't know what could you do more than these. These just feel great. And I know most are like, they're not too silent, or they're loud. I don't care. Like, I want to hear it. Maybe I'm from the weird category, but this is just great to me. I love it. I don't want it to be silent. I obviously don't want it to like click in a weird way, but when I press it, I have feedback. It's so good. I can't get tired of it. Okay, so that's also covered. I have obviously 3 pads in here, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can choose less. I think you can't. Cube Controls usually has that, or other companies, but this just feels good. And all 3 are included, I think, no matter what. The QR, obviously, the QR, sorry, the what's it called? Yeah, quick release. Yeah, it's QR. Oh, okay, I'm good. So this QR feels great. Honestly, as I don't have more wheels, I didn't change it. But when I first plugged it in with the wireless sign, they show you on the there's a little paper with instruction, and it's pretty easy to install on I have Alpha Ultimate, and it's wireless, so it just goes straight, super fast, super easy to install. What else can we talk about? The dash. Now for the dash, I think I need to go lower. Yeah, as you can see, this is great. So you have many dashes. I'll go through them in the software when I'll talk about the software explicitly. But you have many choices, and we'll go through those. Here you will see the lights when you accelerate. You can see it in the video here. That's why I put this video playing, so that way if there's anything that I don't want to go in the game to show you and focus just on watching this while we talk. It's great. I mean, the dash has it's super high quality. I wouldn't need more brightness. I wouldn't need anything more from this dash. I know you can connect it. I think you can connect it with what's it called, SimHub. So that wouldn't be an issue. You can find many tutorials, but I don't need it. Like, the software that they have gives me enough, and all the dashes, the dash screens here that they have in the software are great. This one is my favorite one. So, for example, in Le Mans Ultimate, I don't really like, this is not really good as to see the throttle and the braking levels. So you create muscle memory. In iRacing, you have the pedal and you can move it wherever. It's pretty good. But here, this one doesn't really help me. It's really hard to see. I can't just look there when I brake. Actually, I do look there, and I shouldn't do that. Many times I look at this too much, and I just screw the next turn, or I can focus on apex, right? Because I'm always thinking about that thing. Obviously, I'm not good at racing yet. I am trying my best to improve, but that really has to be kept in mind. And having this dash with this is the throttle pedal, and it shows you live. So if you press it, it goes up and so on with green, and this is the braking, and it really helps me. This one is my favorite when I play games like this. iRacing, I don't need this, so I go for the other ones. So let's say I play, look, they reproduce all this stuff pretty well. So you can see this is the Porsche one. Nothing else. I think I covered most of how I feel about it. Like, turning it also is amazing, and the feedback obviously depends by the base. However, I don't feel like the wheel does anything wrong, or there's any issues at all. So this is for the materials. I think we covered all. The carbon obviously feels insane. It's like so quality. It just feels like it legit feels like a toy, like a jewel toy. Feels like the toy you want when you're a kid, but you never got, because you would have to sell a kidney, or maybe your parents sadly would have to sell a kidney to afford it, or maybe you're lucky. But yeah. Okay, so we're done with the materials. Let's go next. The software is pretty easy to download. They do inform you on where to n.simagic.com/download is the site. SimPro Manager is what you will need. Okay, so you can see over here the beautiful software. Update is pretty easy. You check for update. It usually instructs you. Sometimes you have to plug in, unplug, and so on. For the wheel, for sure, you do need to unplug it sometimes. when you do it. I updated twice. Once it asked me to unplug, plug back, and once it didn't. I guess the first time it's important, maybe. But let's go first in home section. Over here, you have, obviously, I don't use this, to be honest. You can log in with your account. Not sure if this, you don't have any account options. As you can see, the only thing I have is log in, log out, which is weird. I think they shouldn't just log you out. If I click this, I'm pretty sure it logs me out immediately, and I don't want to do that. The play section here is useless for how I am. Why? Because I don't go to the games section much. However, it can be very useful. It's useless for how I do it, because the way I do it, I just go to device and I go to the base. And let's say right now I am playing ACC or any other game, and I want to have my settings for ACC. I just change it from here. However, this can be useful how? Let's say you want, every time you launch Assetto Corsa, you want the default setting to be which one. So you tell them the profile. And if you tell them Assetto Corsa, and you were here set on ACC, if I click play on Assetto Corsa, it will instantly automatically choose the setup, the preset for the correct game. So Assetto Corsa would choose Assetto Corsa. Nothing much to choose for pedals, but you can do that. You can do that for it as well. And same goes for FX for the wheel, for the Pro. So this is really good for that. Telemetry, not sure. You can check, I think, what can be used, which of these alliances can be used in the actual game. Game guide, this is useful because sometimes if you have something that you don't know how to set up, this can really help you. So check it out every now and then. See, it has useful information here. It helps you with I actually needed this one for Automobilista too, because steer left, I was going steering left, but it was not recognizing it. So I went here and I checked the stuff, and it helped me out setting it up. Let's go first for the base. So here you have most of the settings we're interested in. Here you have the setting for centering, obviously. Angle, I always leave it at 900, but you can manage it the way you want. Hard lock angle, I leave it at 900 just because default says that it's 900. However, you can play with all these settings, and obviously this is not a tutorial for just going through all this. One main principle I apply, I always leave this to max torque and leave this to almost all games on 90, and change this stuff from the default. So here, if you go, this is pretty cool feature actually. Thanks God I remembered. So this here, if you choose, you have most games already set up and fine-tuned by them, and most of them are really good. I actually didn't even need to go on YouTube to search. Obviously, if you want to go in depth and check all this stuff, you can do it. However, I really felt really good. I went on AMS2, and then let's say after I choose, let's say I choose AMS2 here. If I choose to modify something, I just save it as, and for example, if I hide the main ones, see I have AMS2 space mine. Basically, it's just the default, and I changed what I wanted. And now I have most games with mine. You don't need to do that. This is just my ape way to recognize my own setups, settings, and presets. But it's really useful, and you can play with it. I don't use game filters. You can use it. You can also add tags, but that would be too much, honestly, because you know, we have like what, 5-6 sims that we play, and it's hard to like lose track of all this stuff. You don't really need tags. However, it's good to have. For the wheel, what can I say? I do have this calibration see, please pull the two and then click finish. It's pretty easy. I don't think I ever played with this sync or no sync because I never use the clutch. But yeah, you can also use the sync. You have show alias, button alias option here, and you can see here when you press, you see the button status. This is number B13. For example, B13 is the pad in the back. Or let's do this. Let's change this. If I go, I can name the alias. So let's say I name it test. If I go in alias in ACC, they will show me test, the button. So it's useful when you want to recognize the button on the fly, but I didn't need it for now. However, that's what it helps with. You can also choose the RPM. I went default usually is red, yellow, green, I think. But I went with this just because I like the blue, how it looks, and the white. It looks really clean. And I went for this combination. So you can choose at which point, which color you want. So let's say you're at 80%, it starts giving you these 3 lines. At 90%, it starts giving you these 6 lines, and so on. So you can add here 90, instead of 90, 80 to 90, you can add 85 to have an extra step. You'll figure it out, but it's pretty cool. This is when it's max. I want it all blue, and 98%, I consider it to start letting me know that I'm close to max, you know, because you never instantly do it based on this. So an extra step is helpful, but you can do it as you want. The brightness obviously changes the brightness of the wheel. Let me show you. This changes the buttons, all of them, like all of them together. As you can see, sadly you don't have an option. I wish this was a thing, that you could choose the button and change the brightness. I would like to change the brightness on the sides. Sadly, you cannot do that unless I am too noob. Yeah, you cannot do that. Let me turn this back on. Okay, so let's say you want to choose different lights. You can see each is customizable. Even this is customizable. What this telemetry feedback means is that whenever I let's say ABS is hitting, it means that this light should actually flash, like should do like on and off with the pit. You know, when you're in the pit, it does 10 and on and off, usually even in the games. So this can be helpful. For this, which this light here turns on when ABS hits, and that's how it works. Pretty simple. Each one of them can be changed. I gave this the pit, plus this I assigned the pit, which means every time I go in the pit, this will turn on. And here, as I said, if ABS hits, these turn on. This is for TC. The blue turns on when it's TC. So when traction control hits or activates. So let's say I wanted to change. It's pretty simple. I change this and now it's a new profile. If I click save as, it will treat it as a new profile. Pretty cool. So nothing complicated. I don't want to save this. I'll do revert. Okay, and I'm back to how it was. What else? If you click dash, here is a good part. You can see many dashes, many screens. You have the opportunity to change these also in SimHub, but I didn't need it. I didn't feel like, hey, I need it, I want it, and that's why I didn't do it. However, you can do that as well. The ones in use you can even order. So if I show you the wheel, let me me go higher brightness. I show you here, and this order here gets respected, which is pretty cool. So let's say now I'm on which one? Where is it? Now I'm on the first one. It should be Scout next. Scout. Then sensor check. Sensor check. LMDH hybrid. LMDH hybrid. Pretty cool. You just have to drag it if you don't like it, put it up and whatever. I tend to organize it a bit. Also, you have a base setting 1. Okay, this is pretty cool. Like, you can change all this stuff with this joystick. This is good to talk about. Good, I didn't forget. So let's say you want to modify this on the fly. You can do up, down here by rotating left and right. Go down, up, and change. You can see it on the screen. So this is also really useful. You can decide to not have it if you want, but I don't see a reason why. Usually this is by default. This button is by default set. You don't need to set this. This always changes these dashes. So you don't need to like worry, oh, how did he set it up? No, there's nothing to set up. What else could we go for? Import. I guess you import your if you want to save this. So if you click share, you can export it as a file. Let's say I want to reinstall my whole computer. I export this as a file because I really like it, and then just import it, put it in a folder, import it next time. Light settings here we covered. What else? Dash config brings you, if you click also here, it's the same thing. This is all I think about the software when it comes to the wheel. I had no issues. I know there were some videos out there and some posts. The software needs work. Blah blah blah. I know some of them are like years old, and it's been like 1.5 months I used it. I haven't had a single crash. The only crash I had it was because RF2 crashed completely and my dash remained with the gear on, but it was definitely a weird crash from the game, and the software couldn't reset or something happened, and it felt like the game was probably still running or something, and I had to like crash the software and restart it. I didn't have to do anything tricky or anything. So yeah. What else could I think about when it comes to the wheel software? It's pretty responsive. So again, don't be scared. I honestly was a bit conditioned when I first bought this, costing enough money, a lot of money. So I was worried about the fact that I read some stuff about the software having troubles. I had legit no problem, and I think they keep upgrading it and updating it, and it's pretty good. Simagic is doing a great job, and they're listening to feedback, because I noticed the problems I read before I bought it are exact problems I tested, and I had no issue. And here you have a Discord. You can go to their official Simagic. I was there just when I needed them, so I'm a bit of a jerk. And then I left. Yeah, but I'll be back. I would be back there, no problem, whenever I would need them. They're really good guys, and they answer tickets and stuff. So I really am happy with the software, and that should cover it. Any questions? Please shoot. And if I made some mistake about anything I said, I'm sorry. In conclusion, honestly, this is just a beautiful, beautiful piece. Even though I haven't seen many, I didn't own many other wheels. It's just perfect. I really love it. At no point I felt the need of a similar wheel. It's true that it's just been almost 2 months, 1.5 months, but I do really recommend this equipment to everyone and anyone that has a doubt. This is money well spent. Obviously, it's a lot of money, but again, if you compare it to the competition, having a screen, having rotors, having so many buttons, LEDs, top-notch silicon material, carbon, paddles that feel super high quality, Q are probably the best, not in my opinion, because I don't know many, but in everyone's opinion that I've checked, like all these reviews online, and you probably did as well. Everything just feels super good, and it's good to have this on the market for 880 bucks. Yeah, 80 euros, wherever you live, depends. Obviously, prices vary. I do think it's great to have it on the market, as it will make others step up and do same price range and not force you to put some big ass LED screen on top, third party or whatever. You will not be buying for this price. Once you've seen it, you will not buy anything that has bad buttons or that has bad materials in general, because they just raised the expectations, and I only have good things to talk about it. The only negative, as I said, is probably this button that it's hard to reach, but even that, it's not really a negative if you think about it. You can just do this on a straight line. The LED hotspots on the buttons on the side, no hotspots here, but yeah, all these are things that matter mostly if you're streaming or if you really pay attention to it. Like if I'm playing like this, I don't notice it, I don't think about it. That's not something that will affect you. So this is a jewel to me. I really love it. It ignites my passion. I do like everything about it, and I'm no biased. There's no reason you need to believe me. You can go check many other reviews if you doubt, no problem. In fact, I encourage you to like confront, as I did myself when I started checking out other equipment or other reviews. I'm thinking if there's anything I could have left out. Obviously, I didn't need to open these screws to do anything, and I don't plan to. Hopefully. I don't see what else I could cover. I really want you to like ask if you have any questions. It's just everything, I think I covered most of it. Thank you guys. I hope you found this useful. If you did, leave a comment, sub, and like the video. Share it, because it's important for others to see this. It's important to spread information, as it will only help us. Why? Because prices will never go down unless we confront stuff that a certain brand is trying to like rip off people, right? So if I tell you that they stepped up, the next guy that reviews it tells you they stepped up, you buy it, you at your own turn say this to your friends and so on, you will raise expectations from lower priced equipment, and at the end it will help us, right? And I think gone is the time where equipment for sim racing is really that hard, let's say, to make. I feel like we're at a point where the market can afford to give us better equipment for lower prices. I do believe that truly, even though, agree to disagree, but it will just help us. Thank you guys. See you with the next one.